Hello to all our Year 1 parent and carers at Gulgong Public School. This is a short presentation just to give you some information regarding the new literacy program we are running here at GPS for your children. Ideally, we would have loved to have an information session face-to-face on school grounds, but due to current restrictions still being in place, we figured that this was the next best thing. So first of all, you may have had your child say that since returning to school this term, they have been moving to a different classroom for the morning session and having a different teacher. What we did when our Year 1 students returned to school this term was to assess every child to determine their level of attainment of literacy skills, particularly their knowledge around phonemic awareness and phonics, which are two essential skills for learning to read and write. From this data, we have split the students into two different literacy groups according to their learning needs. One is being taught by Miss Barnes and the other is being taught by Mrs. Birchall. This means that students are receiving explicit, targeted instruction at their level. The program we are running is called InitiaLit. All of our infants teachers have had extensive training in the program and are really excited to be implementing this research-based program to teach reading, spelling and writing. So just to give you a bit of an idea around what we are teaching. The InitiaLit program is a research-based program from InitiaLit. It has been trialled in many schools and has shown positive results in helping children become successful readers and writers. The InitiaLit program uses a sound-by-sound synthetic phonics approach to teach reading. Children are taught the relationships between letters and sounds in a sequential and systematic way, starting with easier skills and working up to more complex skills, and are shown how to put sounds together or blend to read words, and how to break words into sounds or segment to assist with spelling words. This is opposed to having children guess or try to work out the alphabetic code themselves by looking at lots of books. The InitiaLit program also includes rich vocabulary instruction and develops children's language and comprehension skills. This is done by using quality literature or children's storybooks. The first part of the InitiaLit lesson is the whole class lesson on the mat. The teacher takes the class through 5 or 6 short, fun activities. Every lesson is different, but children do become familiar with routines and types of activities. There is lots of variety in the lesson to keep children engaged. The focus is on teaching children how to use their decoding skills, that is, how to use their growing letter sound knowledge to read and spell words, building on grammar through the year. The second part of the InitiaLit lesson is for practice. Children will work on a variety of activities to practice the skills taught in the on-the-mat part of the lesson. This includes some activities done with a teacher, like reading groups or using the Sounds and Words book. Other activities will be set up for children to complete without the teacher, perhaps with a teacher aide or other adult for supervision, such as handwriting practice, worksheets, bingo games, partner activities, etc. Children will be introduced to different types of tasks throughout Term 2 so that they can independently complete tasks through the remainder of the year. The third part of the InitiaLit lesson is shared storybook reading. The same storybook will be used over 1 to 2 weeks so that children can engage with the story multiple times and work on skills like comprehension and vocabulary. Further writing activities, including modelled, guided and independent lessons, also go along with these stories. The InitiaLit program provides all the lessons for the teacher to follow. This ensures that skills are taught in a sequential way, easier to more difficult, not leaving any gaps. With this in mind, your child has been placed in a literacy group depending on where they fell in this sequence of learning when we assessed them. InitiaLit lessons will be taught 5 times per week and include lots of repetition and revision across the year. Children are kept engaged through movement, actions and songs, and these memory aids also help to reinforce the skills that are being taught in a fun way. InitiaLit ensures that every child has the necessary foundations for becoming a successful reader and writer. Being a proficient reader and writer is a journey that takes several years, so it is critical in the early years to provide a solid foundation on which to build in the later years as skills become more complex and children are required to read more demanding texts for all areas of the curriculum. The teacher will monitor children closely during the whole class lessons to note any children who may need extra support or extension. Throughout the year, all children will be tested by the class teacher to ensure they are making good progress. The following 2 slides are some activities you can do at home to help support your child's learning. The most important of these is to read with your child every day, whether they are reading to you or you are reading to them. And of course, if you have any questions regarding your child's learning, please don't hesitate to contact the school. Our staff are always willing to chat with you regarding your child's development.